Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Do you remember when those awful attacks on September 11, 2001 occurred in the United States of America? Remember those ones? Okay. Now, a lot of people, the guys that shape or try to shape our public opinion, our opinion on how we're supposed to see things, a lot of them were calling those guys, I'm not going to discuss whatever. They were telling us that those guys were cowards. So the guys sacrificed in their craziness, their lives, they were cowards. And why don't they just fight us straight like that? Now you know that nobody can fight United States straight and not be destroyed. Nobody. Any country on this planet, small or big, weak or strong, will be obliterated. Or both of them will die in case of the ones that have the capability, the nuclear capability. So to say that, hey, you guys are not courageous because you don't engage us straight. Remember what's one of the first definitions of the art of war, or at least precepts. The art of war is the art of deceiving. So remember what's the Mossad's motto? The Mossad's motto is wage war under the deception, or something like that. Deception, you shall wage war, or something like that. So you have to win no matter what. Obviously, we made some rules. We can do this, you cannot do this. It's called a terrorist attack. This is called, war crime and so on. I got that. But on the other hand, you can't, for instance, let's say I have a neighbor, right? Let's say I'm a martial artist, right? I did all my life Kyokushin. That's a full contact, knockdown martial art, karate. You don't use protections. You don't use this. You use legs, you use knees, you use elbows, you use fists, And let's say I have a problem with the neighbor, real problem. And let's say the problem is a boxer, or let's say a wrestler. The wrestler will grab, that's his style. Or the boxer will be very good at punching. All right. So let's say I have a problem with him, and we meet in the middle. And before I'm about to kick him in the butt or somewhere, being further than he is, he's going to say, no, we're going to fight only with the fist, boxing. No, how about you don't use your hands, we're going to use only the legs. How about that? Or let's say the judoka or the wrestler. No, you can't, Emil, you can't punch, you can't kick. Anything that you can do is just grapple. That's all you can do. Why would I want that? So that leads me to the article here where the United States warns North Korea not to use the only weapons they can use to win. I'm not promoting that. This is an intellectual conversation here. It's not a propaganda. It's not I can't design policies. I don't create policies. And I don't give advice because I'm not hired. I don't belong to a group somewhere over there to say, you know what, let me be the spokesperson here or the senior advisor. No. So let me show you what the United States tells the North Koreans. Reuters, United States warns North Korea against nuclear attacks. So North Korea has no chance against the United States of America unless it uses the only one weapon that would keep the Americans at bay, and that is a nuclear weapon. Now, as crazy as that is, that's a reality. And the United States says, no, you can't use the only thing you got that keeps us from fucking you up. And the North Koreans will say, okay, let's fight conventionally. And the Americans say, okay. Do you think that North Korea would last, a week? So, who is in whose neighborhood? We, they. See, I still make the mistake including us, the citizenry, and in their schemes. We're not together in this one. They make us think, and The first, the slip of the tongue is we. It's not we. It's them. They use us. They use our energy, work, taxes, and producing stuff and following orders. They use us to promote someone else's interests that are not American interests. They're outside. They're economic, financial interests. This is what it is. And they use the bully boy, the biggest country, the strongest countries on the planet, however you want to turn it. And they got this guy like you have a, you're Al Capone, and you have a thug, and you send the thug to ask for protection in the neighborhood. You don't go. Let's say you're short. You're, let's say, 5'2", or 1 meter point 50 centimeters. Let's say you're like a weasel, or you're overweight, obese, obese. Let's say you're slow. Let's say you're old. Let's say you're incapacitated, but you ain't got the money. And you hire this bully boy, and you say you go and get the protection money from all the businesses in our area where we have influence. And the guy goes over there. He's going to punch everybody in the face. Now, this guy right here, if you enter his house, you grab him by his, nostrils, and you get him out. I'm sorry, like this down here, and you get him out. By himself, those guys are zero. They got the money and the connections. The money, that's the main thing. Money. And they use the bully boy to fuck everybody up. And when you have over there someone else gonna say, you know what, you got a bazooka? Okay, I got a bazooka too. Oh my God. Who's gonna be hurt? The bully boy and the guy with the bazooka. Both of them. So North Korea and, let's put it, United States will be the ones hurt? No. And if they would be you and I. Not the guy over there, the short, fat, bald-headed, obese, as I said, 5.2 tall guy or short guy. Not that guy. You're never going to know who that is. You're never going to know to go and get him out and put him in the public. But our country, we could be potentially bombarded by North Korea, let's say in California or Oregon or who knows where. They have. I don't think they have nuclear submarines yet, but they will. And then you're done. You're done. They can hit you wherever they want. So again, U.S. warns them not to use nuclear strikes. Okay, because you're a bully boy. I'm just gonna fight you however you want, right? So let's see what these guys are saying. This is ridiculous. The United States has warned North Korea that any nuclear attack against the nation, United States, us, supposedly, or its allies is unacceptable and will result in the end of the Kim Jong-un regime, a joint U.S.-South Korean statement said on Saturday. And I'm quoting, the U.S. side reiterated that any nuclear attack by the DPRK against the ROK will be met with a swift, overwhelming, and decisive response, the statement said. Correct. I mean, if you take the story of this issue from wherever you want to start it, it sounds like if you are crazy to use nuclear weapons, we're going to destroy you. And who can be against that? Will you be against that? I mean, obviously if you up it, but then they say, no, don't use that. We're going to fuck you up. We do all the exercises we want around you. We bring our nuclear capability over there with the nuclear submarines. We do all kind of things with Japan around, but you're not supposed to respond. Why? Because we don't like you. And we want to change your regime. We want you to be our, okay, that's what we want. And you don't want that. So that's the only problem. If tomorrow Kim Jong-un says, United States, I do everything you want. He's going to be left in place. But the moment these guys can get rid of him, they will get rid of him. Like Gaddafi. They will create something and out. So the only thing that keeps North Korea alive as a state, as it is, tyrannical, bad, ugly, however it is a nuclear weapon. And who pushed these guys to this point? Russia? France? Romania? Albania? It's only one country. Only one. Not even Great Britain. The house servant. Not even Great Britain. Well, because everybody else is on a plantation cutting the sugar cane for Al Capone's plantation, and Great Britain is the house servant. It's a little bit above, but still a slave. It's only, you can point to only one country, and that is the United States of America. Canada tries to get involved. It's laughable because Canada, remember, if you take from all these equation United States of America and you leave, let's say, the Baltic states, 6.1 million people altogether, 3 countries, Poland, Germany, Great Britain, France, Canada, South Korea, Japan, if you let them without United States of America, they will become more reasonable. But now they're all like, they have the dick like this big and balls like this. They barely go around, man. They can't. That's how they behave. It's always pacts and coalitions. Without United States of America, they will behave differently. They will be nicer. It's like people in a neighborhood. When you got a gang, and you got the leader, they can smack people around. And you got the little lieutenants and you got the weasels in the same gang. They think they're strong. They're not strong. They're strong because the guy is strong. If the guy is arrested by the police and put in prison for about 20 years, they're done. They will become nicer than before. Before they will be belligerent. Once the guy is handcuffed, thrown into prison for about 20 years, so you make sure that you're done, you're going to see how they're going to be like, hey, how are you, man? I mean, come on, man. Why are we arguing? Now you say, and yesterday before the guy got arrested, you were all, tough. That's normal. That's human psychology. Is nothing, But just saying here, no, don't do anything. Don't do anything. We're going to do it to you slowly. Don't react. I mean, what? And when you react only with the technique we like, boxing. Don't use your legs. Don't use your elbows. Don't use anything else that you know. Just this. Or the wrestler would say, just a little bit of, No, we're going to use everything. Oh, no, you can't, because if you use everything, that means you can fuck me up too. We can't allow that to happen. You're going to bruise me, and me means you and I, not the short, fat guy. Nah, not that guy. You're never going to know who that is. And if you dare to mention names, like philanthropists or, business people or banks or anything, then that means you connect dots that you should not connect, because that means you are an anti this, or you are anti that, or maybe you are a ist, or maybe you are a phobe, and all those. And you should say, yeah, okay, come over here in this, and let's do what Vlad the Impaler did. Vlad Tepes. Hey, come over here, man. Close the door. That's what he did with the thieves, beggars, and other weasels in his kingdom. Awful, but he got rid of the weasels. That way, we would not do that. That was Dan. Back then, okay? He was a bad dude. Thank you very much for being with me again today. So don't react. React only the way we want. What? What the fuck are you talking about? Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.